Now, time to talk business with our partners 2 Degrees. We get a GDP number for Q2 on Thursday this week. In the meantime, we have the ASB Regional Economic Scorecard. And Bay of Plenty, congratulations. You have seized line honours in the latest release. Garth Bray joins me from Business Desk. Garth, good morning.
Good morning, Ryan.
Thank you, Kiwifruit.
Yeah, pretty much. That's handed Bay of Plenty the Ranfurly Shield of Economic Performance. It's the first time it's been at the top of the scorecard for a decade. And it's edged ahead of, Otago, Southland, who'd been doing pretty well, I guess, off the back of farming. So, yeah, look, I guess you'd say it is. Kiwifruit exports, the last numbers, I think, and forecasts that we saw out of Zespri said it was looking like a really great season. I think average per hectare forecast was around $105,410 for green, with strong volumes into North America and Europe. I think they said over the summer season they were selling about 2 million trays a week, which is a good number, and basically saying, look, we're doing really well. At the same time, they're doing a bit of restructuring at Zespri, and we're talking about, I think, 65 jobs that they were going to cut and 70 that they weren't going to fill, with some talk about that by October. So a little bit of the theme picked up in this report from ASB about how maybe our exports are a bit of a glass cannon, as they put it, booming away strong. Bit of a worry that there could be some cracks in there if we start to see any of the tariff-related stuff feed into that. Then again, this could just be them getting themselves match fit. Overall, what it's saying is, hey, look, consumer confidence is up in the Bay, new car registrations, job prospects, all those kinds of things, basically lifting it up the rankings ahead. And Auckland in the top 5.
5 spots, which is great. But they do say about trade that, few headwinds, that 15% tariff could be something to watch.
Yeah.
But Auckland, great, little signs of life, little fizz up.
Kaori koa tu I ko mai te Waiariki. Nobody's better than Waiariki. There's your bit of reo for the day.
Oh, very good. All right, well, we'll leave that for now. And we'll get a number from you on Friday, actually, our time. Morning time, I mean, that is. Right, looking ahead, big picture.
Yeah.
So if let's bake in this morning a contraction for Q2.
That's what the major banks that we've hit up have said. ASB, ANZ, Westpac, they're all saying, look, we've actually sharpened some of those forecasts down a bit. They're now picking that it shrank, the economy shrank about 0.4 to 0.3 in the June quarter. Now, that sounds like bad news if things are looking bad, but they're also picking some of the data we're seeing so far suggests that when we finally get a number for September, which again will be somewhere down the track, that it will show a slight enough lift that we will avoid a technical recession, which, as we all know, I think
2 quarters.
Now, 2 quarters.
So, because we talked about this the other day, what they taketh from Q2, they giveth back in Q3 almost. Yeah. We dip further than expected, but then we should rise higher than expected for the third quarter.
And I guess it's all tricky because it's it's an overall guess. It starts on the board, and then how you're feeling yourself might differ completely. So
totally. Right, we've got a plan to tackle money laundering, which is getting some pushback from real estate agents.
Yeah, right. So you think about house transactions. That's a pretty big transaction, but it's not the only kind of transaction that goes on. The real estate agents are saying there's a new system that's going to put it all under one roof. Originally, it was the Department of Internal Affairs, Financial Markets Authority, and the Reserve Bank have got various bits of tracking whether a transaction looks suspicious, and basically knowing the customer, knowing who you are, where did that money come from for that big purchase that you've made, where did that money come from that big deposit. They're going to amalgamate that all under the Department of Internal Affairs, which I guess stands for Does It All now. But they want to stick a levy on top of that. We're not sure exactly what kind of levy. And the estate agents are saying, hey, look, like Barfoot's are saying, we're spending $2 million a year on compliance around this. Overall, the REI NZ said we're spending about $30 million a year. The Ministry of Justice reckoned it was going to be about $10 billion over 10 years on compliance. That's not just the real estate, that's the banks, lawyers, everybody. The real estate guys are saying, hey, look, banks are doing this, lawyers are doing this, we're doing this. Sometimes we're checking the same person 3 times. Why are we paying for this? It seems like a heavy level of compliance for us to be charged on this. 10% of house sales are private sales, so the people who are handling that aren't getting any clip on, they're not paying a levy. Can we have some exemption from this levy? I mean, overall, we know money laundering, it's, billions, 1.3 billion, I think, is the official estimate, that illegal drugs and other kinds of fraud and so on are being masked by transactions that are.
And we're all paying the price for it.
We're all paying the price, but these guys are saying, hey, don't this will, because this will flow through to the cost of buying and selling houses.
Yeah, your fees. All right, good one. Hey, this week we've got PSI today here, and then we've got the Fed, Bowie and Bodge.
Yeah, the old Bank of England, which will probably be steady. The Bank of, we'll fight, but it's a big week for for the cash rates in some of the major economies. So that's all coming later in the week.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Look forward to it. You'll keep us up to date, no doubt, Garth. Thank you, Garth Bray from Business Desk, and we talk business every day thanks to our partners 2 Degrees.